Britain's Got Talent. Basically, the show revolves around a bunch of contestants. They come forward. They're evaluated by this panel of judges, led by Simon Cowell. And this contestant came on. His name was Gruffydd Wyn Roberts. His particular talent, he could sing opera. And in passing, he said, "Oh, by the way, I live with my grandmother." And Simon Cowell was like, "Why do you live with your grandmother?" Because he was 22 years old. And all of a sudden, he got really nervous. He started to stutter. And he said, "Well, I didn't know my father until I was 16 years old." So imagine all sorts of wounds from his past. Fatherhood wounds, identity wounds, attachment issues. And the song that he sang, to put it politely, was very safe. It's the sort of song you sing when you have no confidence, when you're worried about screwing up. I'll sing a song, it doesn't push me, it doesn't stretch me, I can hit all the targets, and yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, but no one will know how good you are, because the song doesn't push you to your limits and beyond. And what's more, it's not even the song he wanted to sing. You kind of realize that in retrospect. So he's singing this song, which is safe and boring and bland, and all of a sudden Simon Cowell is like, "You know what, stop the music. What's going on here? You seem really nervous." That was very cold and mechanical. But I feel like there's more to you. I want you to let go. I want to hear that warmth. I want to hear that richness. What else you got? He said, "Nessun Dorma." Now, I don't know if you heard the song Nessun Dorma. It is like really, really hard to sing. It's a song which is most closely associated with Luciano Pavarotti. Technically, it's very difficult. It ends with two really high notes, which are both sustained. A B4 and an A4. That might mean nothing to you if you don't know anything about music, but if you've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, the high note in that song Golden is an A5. So there's a couple clicks below that. It's especially difficult when you consider the context of that song. That song appears in the context of an opera written by the 20th century Italian composer Puccini. And the opera is called Turandot. And it's about this princess who is beautiful but mean. So what she says is like, "Look, you can marry me if you answer these 3 riddles, but if you can't, we will kill you." So a lot of guys die. And all of a sudden this prince shows up, and he answers all 3 riddles correctly. And so the prince gives her one last out. "If you can guess my name by dawn, you don't have to marry me, and you can have me killed." So she tells everyone in the kingdom, "No one shall sleep until you find out the name of the stranger." And that's the name of the song, Nessun Dorma, "No one shall sleep." Now, when it comes to the end of the song, despite these impossible odds, the character in the opera, he's hoping beyond hope. He's not simply optimistic, he is hoping beyond hope. And it builds to this crescendo. And what he says over and over again is, "I will win, I will win, I will win." And it coincides with those high notes I talked about. And here's the thing. If you're singing that song, and you want to have any hope at hitting those high notes, you have to enter into the space of that character at this moment in the opera. You must be fearless. You can't play it safe. You can't hold back. No backup plan. I am all in. If I lose, I lose. If I die, I die. And I die this glorious death. But if I win, I get to marry the princess. And that's what happens in the context of this talent show. So this guy, he's trying to sing this song. And the song starts off low and slow. And he's nervous. And he's scared. And everyone can tell. Everyone can see it. And all of a sudden there's this musical interlude where there's just music. And so he has a break. He can kind of catch his breath, collect his thoughts. And the camera turns to his friends. And they're holding their breath. And they got tears in their eyes. We want you to win so badly. And all of a sudden this guy shouts out, "Come on, Griff. Like, I'm gonna drag you back into the fight. I know you're terrified, but I will drag you back in the fight. I will drag you across the finish line because I love you so much." And the guy finds it within himself. to hit those notes, and so he nails it. Now, if you ever watched Britain's Got Talent, they got this thing called the golden buzzer. So basically, any one of the judges can press that buzzer, and if they do, the candidate goes directly to the semifinals. And so one judge presses it, the music kicks in, confetti from the ceiling, and everyone starts applauding. He gets a standing ovation. The judges give him a standing ovation. His friends are losing their minds. And you see him, this guy who was previously terrified, just like seconds before. He's not just happy, but he is completely fearless. No hint of self-consciousness. He's jumping up and down with joy. And he's screaming to the highest heavens. He gives his friends permission to go and join him on the stage, and they embrace him, and they hug him, and they kiss him, and they say, look, we love you. Because they're sharing in his joy, they're sharing in his victory. Believe that God doesn't just simply want you to be happy. He has the power to make all your dreams come true. If I believe that, maybe I give myself permission to live my life, finally, maybe for the first time ever.